From the heart of Kingston's gritty streets to collaborations with legends like Bob Marley and The Clash, Lee "Scratch" Perry wasn't just a producer, he was a prophet of sound. But in the final chapters of his life, the fire that once fueled his creativity turned literal. His cherished studio, filled with irreplaceable art and music, went up in flames under mysterious circumstances. Not long after, Perry himself was gone, his death just as puzzling and sudden. Was it fate or something more? Today, we uncover the truth behind the eerie coincidences surrounding Lee "Scratch" Perry's mysterious death, his trailblazing career, and the fortune he left behind. Lee "Scratch" Perry was a legendary Jamaican music producer and innovator whose career left an indelible mark on reggae and dub music. At the time of his passing in 2021, Perry's net worth was estimated at $3 million, a fortune he built over decades of groundbreaking work in the music industry. Known for his creative genius, Perry helped shape the sound of reggae by producing albums for iconic artists like Bob Marley and the Wailers, Max Romeo, Junior Murvin, the Congos, Adrian Sherwood, The Clash, and the Beastie Boys. His innovative use of studio effects, such as reverb and delay, not only revolutionized dub music, but also allowed him to command higher production fees, significantly boosting his earnings. In 1973, he established Black Ark Studio in his backyard, which quickly became a creative hub for influential reggae and dub recordings. This studio produced classics like Super Ape, 1976, generating substantial income through production deals and royalties. Throughout his later years, Perry continued to stay active by performing at major music festivals worldwide, including the Dub Champions Festival in Vienna and New York City, as well as the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. These performances often sold out, providing a steady source of income. Celebratory tours marking the anniversaries of his landmark albums, such as the 40th anniversary of Super Ape and the 45th anniversary of Blackboard Jungle Dub, further added to his financial resources through ticket sales and performance fees. Perry's distinctive personality and eccentric style also opened doors beyond music, including his first art exhibition at the Dem Passwords Gallery in Los Angeles in 2010, which added a modest contribution to his earnings. Despite his success, Perry faced significant financial and personal challenges. The closure of Black Ark Studio in the late 1970s dealt a heavy blow by cutting off his primary production income. Later, in 2015, a fire at his secret laboratory studio in Switzerland destroyed valuable stage costumes and unreleased recordings, causing further financial setbacks. Rainford Hugh Lee "Scratch" Perry, born on March 20, 1936, in the rural town of Kendall, Jamaica, emerged from humble beginnings to become one of the most influential and eccentric figures in reggae and dub music. The third child of laborers Ina Davis and Henry Perry, Perry was deeply influenced by his mother's Yoruba heritage and spiritual traditions, which later shaped his distinctive artistic persona. After leaving school at 15, he worked as a road laborer before gravitating toward the vibrant music and dance scene in Clarendon, earning the nickname "the neat little thing." His passion for music blossomed during the rise of ska and rocksteady in the 1950s, and his early spiritual and mystical leanings began to influence his artistic style. Perry's music career officially began in the late 1950s when he joined Clement Coxone Dodd's Studio One as a record salesman, quickly rising to more critical roles, including songwriter and performer. However, personal and financial conflicts led him to part ways with Dodd, and later with producer Joe Gibbs, where similar disputes occurred. By 1968, Perry launched his own label, Upsetter Records, and found early success with the biting track People Funny Boy, a hit that sold 60,000 copies in Jamaica alone. From 1968 to 1972, he worked with his studio band, the Upsetters, releasing music that resonated not only in Jamaica, but also internationally, most notably in the UK, where his instrumental The Return of Django hit the top 5 in 1969. Known for pushing sonic boundaries, Perry built his own recording space, Black Ark Studio, in 1973 to have full creative control. There, he produced seminal works for Bob Marley and the Wailers, Junior Byles, Max Romeo, and the Congos, pioneering dub production techniques that revolutionized the genre. But as pressure mounted and outside influences intruded, Perry's mental and emotional state declined, and in 1979, the Black Ark Studio was mysteriously destroyed, something Perry later claimed he did himself during a breakdown. In the following decades, Perry's life and career took him abroad. He spent time in the UK and US, working with new collaborators. A turning point came in the late 1980s when he teamed up with British dub producers Adrian Sherwood and Mad Professor, helping him re-establish his name in a new generation of music. His global appeal grew again in the 1990s, especially after contributing vocals to the Beastie Boys' 1998 track, Dr. Lee, Ph.D. In 2003, Perry won a Grammy for Best Reggae Album for Jamaican E.T., and Rolling Stone recognized his enduring influence by naming him among the 100 greatest artists of all time in 2004. His homeland also honored him with the Jamaican Medal of Honor, Commander, and the Musgrave Gold Medal in 2013. Even in his later years, Perry remained a dynamic presence on the global stage. In 2015, he launched a 40th anniversary tour for Super 8 alongside Subatomic Sound System, performing more than 50 shows over 2 years. His final years saw the release of a documentary, The Revelation of Lee "Scratch" Perry, 2019, and continued musical output, including his last single, No Bloody Friends, released just weeks before his death in 2021. His final album, Lee "Scratch" Perry's Guide to the Universe, was released in collaboration with New Age Doom, capping a wildly creative, unpredictable, and enduring career that reshaped the sound and spirit of reggae music forever. Secret Lab in Switzerland. During his years living in Switzerland, reggae legend Lee "Scratch" Perry found both inspiration and heartbreak. In 2015, tragedy struck when a devastating fire broke out at his beloved Secret Lab, a private recording studio tucked away in his Swiss home. The blaze destroyed irreplaceable stage costumes, fan-made outfits, paintings, sculptures, and valuable unreleased music files. The Secret Lab was more than just a studio. It was Perry's sacred creative space, off-limits even to close family members like his stepson Noel, who lived upstairs and often assisted him on tour. Inside this personal haven, Perry spent countless hours experimenting with music, singing over beats, and crafting artworks from scraps and spiritual symbols. The fire left Perry heartbroken. His wife, Mireille, recalled the devastation vividly, saying the room was completely burned out. Lee didn't even have shoes to wear. The disaster occurred just after Mireille's birthday, which was also their wedding anniversary, deepening the emotional impact. Yet, even in the face of such loss, Perry's spirit was not broken. The love and support he received from fans around the world after sharing news of the fire online helped him find strength again. He soon returned to creating, with his work featured in exhibitions like Mirror Master Future's Yard at the Swiss Institute in New York, where pieces made in the Secret Lab continued to inspire new audiences. The fire may have destroyed his physical studio, but it could not extinguish Perry's relentless creativity. Personal life. The iconic reggae and dub producer was married 3 times, and his relationships offer a glimpse into the man behind the music. Perry's first marriage was to Ruby Williams, a local woman from rural Jamaica. The relationship was brief and came to an end when Perry decided to leave his small hometown and seek new opportunities in Kingston in the early 1960s. His second marriage was to Pauline Morrison, with whom he spent several years before divorcing in 1979. That chapter closed just as his musical career was entering another phase of innovation. It wasn't until 1991 that Perry found lasting companionship with Mireille Ruegg, a Swiss businesswoman. The two met in 1989 after Mireille attended one of Perry's concerts. Their connection quickly grew, and soon after, the couple relocated to Switzerland. Mireille later took on the role of Perry's manager, becoming a vital partner in both his personal life and career. Together, they built a home in the scenic region overlooking Lake Zurich, where they raised their children in a quiet, family-oriented setting far from the chaos of the music world. Perry had 6 children in total, 4 from previous relationships, Cleopatra, Marcia, Omar, and Marvin, and 2 with Mireille. His family is spread out across the globe, reflecting his international lifestyle and influence. Spiritually, Perry remained deeply connected to his beliefs. He considered Jesus Christ to be the perfect teacher, and often wove religious and spiritual themes into both his music and fashion. His wardrobe was as unconventional as his sound, full of bold colors, mystical symbols, and personal flair. While he was known for embracing marijuana as part of his Rastafarian roots, Perry also had moments of personal struggle. A notable incident occurred in Dublin in 2019, where his drinking led to a reported altercation. Despite living in Switzerland for many years, Perry eventually returned to Jamaica, maintaining a spiritual and cultural bond with his homeland. Death. On August 29, 2021, the music world lost one of its most imaginative and influential figures. Lee "Scratch" Perry, the pioneering Jamaican producer and dub innovator, passed away at the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucia, Jamaica, at the age of 85. His sudden death stunned fans, family, and fellow musicians around the globe, especially since, according to his wife, he had shown no signs of illness. Just a day after Perry's passing, his wife Mireille took to Instagram to share her grief and confusion. "I have no words to describe what happened," she wrote. "No one expected anything like this because he was not sick." She revealed that Perry had been full of life, actively planning new creative ventures. Among them were a UK tour, remix projects, and the launch of a community-focused artistic hub he dreamed of building in Jamaica, the LSP Paradise Community. "He had so many plans that he was looking forward to," Mireille added. "So many different projects, shows, art, design, community." The suddenness of Perry's death raised questions. Though Mireille did not disclose specific details, she made a firm statement distancing the hospital from any wrongdoing. Lucia Hospital had nothing to do with his tragic death, or did anything wrong, she said, but also insisted that there were individuals whose actions, motivated by money and greed, contributed to her husband's untimely passing. "Those responsible will not go unpunished," she declared, vowing to seek justice and accountability. Before his death, Perry had issued a public call for volunteers to help prepare the land for the LSP Paradise Community, a creative retreat that was to include an art house and recording studio. "If you are in Jamaica right now, I would love to get some help clearing the land and planting some trees," he said in a message posted online. It was clear he was thinking not just of his music, but of leaving a lasting legacy in the community that shaped him. Tributes poured in from across the globe after news of his passing broke. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness offered his deepest condolences and praised Perry for his great contribution to music. Leading voices in the international music scene also mourned his death. Flying Lotus tweeted, "Blessed journey into eternity. A.R.I.P. Lee." Scratch, Perry rapper, Lupe Fiasco, wrote, "African blood runs through my veins, and I will never go away." Emily Evis, co-organizer of the Glastonbury Festival, called Perry a musical genius and free spirit, recalling his regular performances at the famous UK event. In the wake of this great loss, Mireille Perry has taken it upon herself to carry out her husband's vision. She is continuing work on the LSP Paradise community, transforming grief into purpose by honoring his legacy through creativity and collaboration. While the world may never fully understand the circumstances surrounding Perry's final days, one thing is certain. His influence will echo through generations of musicians, artists, and fans. His spirit lives on in the rhythms of reggae, in the wild genius of dub, and in the hearts of those who believe in the power of artistic freedom. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of music legends. Let's continue to celebrate the incredible contributions of artists like Lee "Scratch" Perry together. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.